guess that's a yes. I don't know.
I'm assuming so, Mrs. Grits. Is you ready for today?
Listen, man. Yes. I've been looking forward to this. And that's kind of bad.
For quite some time. I feel like this has been like I feel like there's been like it's been like 2 or 3 movies that like was on your list, but they weren't on your list. Like, of course, Scream was one. Damn. Is there? I feel like there's another one. Could you name another?
It's either Evil Dead or The Orphan.
The Orphan. Okay. I thought it was one that we actually already did. That's what I was going to say, but like there was like something that you really was into, and you want to make sure we got to it. I can't think. I thought besides Scream, but I know this is done. Well, this is 2. This is 2. What's good, people? This is Jason of the Was It Good Though podcast, the podcast about movies and TV shows. I am joined with my co-host, my sister, my brethren, Jazz. How you feeling today, sister?
I'm good. I'm ready to take this to the great beyond.
If you call it the great beyond, I call it the orgy that we couldn't get nobody to join. I don't know. But yes, man, this is episode 6.9.
6.9? 69, Jason.
This is episode 6.9. We are discussing Sausage Party. The movie came out in 2016. And if you've ever seen the movie, this is episode will definitely get off the rails. This is raunchy. This is wild. This is everything that you think of, but animated. So they went there, and then they took it beyond, as Jazz was saying, the great beyond. They took it beyond there. So if you listen with your kids, that's you. I personally wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So before you cut off the podcast, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, share with your church members, especially this one. This is the one. If you're gonna share with your church people, this the episode you want to share with them. We just want to make sure that their relationship good, make sure that matrimony stays in a good place. No, you don't think so?
I wouldn't suggest this to any church members.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah. See, we got to get you back to church because this is definitely what you want to send to them. Yeah, you didn't see the man in the church with the rose. The pastor, he was teaching the sermon with the rose in hand. You didn't see that sermon? Okay.
No.
Yeah, it's a brother out there right now. There's a sermon. He has a rose as he's trying to teach about women who don't need nobody, but they got this rose. I don't know I don't know which verse, which book, which chapter. Maybe it was verse 6 and 9. I don't know. I don't know which book or which verse, but then
I do have a question though. Now, since I'm not familiar with this individual, but you seem to have some knowledge. Mm-hmm. Was it the rose with the remote, or was it one that the operations was on the rose? Did it?
I'm a see. So just based on the IQ I have, which is not much. I don't know anything about the rose. I just seen it in his hand. That was the first time I looked it up. So I believe it was operable on the side. Looked like it may have had a button, different settings, many different ones.
It's a few on the side, yeah.
Okay, got you. But yeah, so I'm gonna pass the episode to Jazz. She will be leading us to the great beyond today.
Of course, since it was my suggestion that we do this for episode 6.9. Shout out to that. You say he's a pastor?
He's a pastor.
He got to get some more offerings, because if he's still showing people the regular rose and not the one with the remote, I need him to. They got to do some upgrades, but that's their business. But as Jason said, this will get off the rails. And if you've seen this movie, then you know there's a lot of things that this movie touches on. So it's going to be all jokes flying all around. If you get easily offended, subscribe and follow, but go ahead and turn this episode off right now. Because I already told Jason, we bringing back that old feeling for this episode. It's no filters in this. So yes. So the Great Beyond Sausage Party. Jason, we get an opening to this movie. We get a nice little song. It starts really wholesome. We got some sausage, having a good time. They over there supporting the corn. Go ahead, corn. You got the best voice. And the song they did though. The corn did have really good vocals, and the song started out good, but then it went left. I made sure to write down a few lyrics from this song. One of them was everyone else is fucking stupid who doesn't think like me. And then we also had, I think it was the Hitler mustard that said they're trying to exterminate. Yeah. And you have something else that says, what does that say? Nothing shitty happens in the great beyond. Jason, what was your reaction during this entire introduction? Because it was a lot.
It was heavy. This is the first time watch for me, Jess. So with me, this is the first time watch. So with me watching this, like every time I stop at the beginning. Every time I stop, like, what am I doing? Like I just have you ever seen? Did you watch Mad TV growing up?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Sex Story? You ever seen that? It's like a play on Toy Story, but they like sex toys. Like,
you said, have I watched Mad TV and then have I watched Sex Stories? I don't remember nothing from Mad TV. Now, this sounds like some HBO Real Sex type of shit you talking about, but I don't remember Mad TV having nothing sexual. I don't know what Mad TV you was watching, Jason.
So bump that. What is this sex? What you say real sex? What is this? What are you talking about?
You don't remember Real Sex that used to come on HBO?
No, enlighten me. What is that?
It was like a bunch of different things. All sexual. Do you remember Taxicab Confessions?
What is this? What kind of childhood did you have? What kind of childhood?
You never watched Taxicab Confessions on HBO?
No.
Wow. Okay, this is unlocking memories for me because I haven't. What, really? Okay, for anybody who has seen, this was probably late 90s, early 2000s. HBO used to have a lot of wild shit on TV. You probably was watching Uncut.
Could you pause for me? Could you state your age and then continue your story?
I was probably a little over 11.
Okay.
Yeah, hey man, my parents probably gonna be like, what the fuck? Yeah. Anyway, but so Real Sex would have like they had like different clips. Some of their clips were animated. I remember one was a queen bee and all her kid bees. Yeah, worker bees. And they ran a full-on train on sis. But it was wild. Yeah. HBO used to have some wild shit. Look it up, Jason. Look it up if you feel like it. But what are you talking about? Sex stories on MTV?
So Mad TV, they had a skit. And what they did was they made the Toy Story sex toys. So you had a Buzz, which was, I forgot what kind of toy it was, and you had a Woody, and of course they was trying to go out after the Bo Peep. But it was just basically one of the skits they do in the show, but it was on Mad TV, and it was called Sex Stories. And this is what that kind of reminded me of. It's just like anything that they can touch, they touched it. So I will give them props for the creativity, and I guess is it homophone? Like the way they rap, where they make things sound the way make words out of just regular stuff. So like the juice joke, like making like something like that where it's a pun or maybe a play on words or something else. So I appreciated it, but yeah, this is definitely a lot. I think the buns was like, they waiting to go to the great beyonds. The wieners, they said they wanted the buns to fuck, but the buns was saying to love. They said man to fuck, and to hug and to fuck, and it just kept going back to that. I'm just like, bro, these buns and wieners are wild, but I get it.
Yeah, and it was funny because in this opening scene, it's also telling a story because we see Mr. Mustard get scooped up. And he was talking big shit. He was like, I'm out of here. I'm going to the great beyond. Fuck you guys. We see him come back later and his energy was completely different. But I thought it was funny because you also saw the tea bags. And they was like, when we get to the great beyond, we're going to teabag all day. Like, can you imagine how high they were just coming up with the idea of this movie? Like,
it's Seth. I can imagine.
Oh man. I just want to be a fly. And I know the flies was probably high. That was on the wall while they was coming up with this idea. But I do have a question, like, since this song was for the gods, were the humans the gods?
Yeah, they was, remember at the end, douche was calling him a god.
So if that's the case, and they knew that the gods / humans couldn't understand them. So how could this song actually translate to the gods? Like, how is this, if you singing it for the gods, but you know the gods don't understand you, so you just singing for you?
Yeah, you getting real, you getting real here. You getting real here. But I mean, you know, I mean it's almost tit for tat with like certain things in real life. Yeah, I don't want to go too close to religion, but you know, things are passed down and it goes and it goes, and then you know what? Fuck it, we'll go national anthem. The national anthem was passed down and down. We got the song. They done changed verses. You go back and look the verses up, and they talking about killing niggas. You just like, God damn, that's where it really came from. Yes, sir, they did.
I mean, we learning this meeting Firewater or whoever it was. I was just like, he's like, look, this is what the song was supposed to be, and this is what it turned into. They was like, they just changed up all the lyrics, so it's kind of like the national anthem if you're thinking about it. But I would say like a lot of the messages and the jokes this movie was playing on was actual stuff, which is why I think it's funny. Like, do you think this movie could have been done in a live action with the same message? Obviously not with food, but like something like with the same message being sent.
I believe they have several movies like that about someone questioning their faith.
Well, I mean, like on a comedic level.
That's yeah, I'm saying that. I feel like well, damn. First Sunday? That's kind of like, it's about Ice Cube, you know, not having faith.
They was trying
and he robbed him. He robbed yeah, they robbed the church. I mean, it's not as raunchy, but yeah, I definitely think it could have been raunchy.
Something on this level, this magnitude, Jason.
Of that. I mean, like I mean possibly I don't know what it would look like in live action. Like you know, because this is food. They're making a lot of food jokes, like, so it works differently. So what would it look like if it was humans?
The first thing that comes to my mind that's kind of similar. Have you seen the movie Dogma with Matt Damon?
With Matt Damon and Ben Affleck?
Yes.
That's I feel like, right?
Yes, and Chris Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, you think about it, that's a lot of people in that movie. But because I remember they definitely tapped on comedic side and challenging religion in that. But so they're getting all amped up, excited for Red, White, and Blue Day. And why? So this hot dog stand seemed like it was in the middle of an aisle. Jason, do you think these hot dogs were being cooled? Like,
so I mean, so when you work in retail, work in the grocery store, they typically rotate that stuff. So they bring it. They're supposed to bring it. Now we know Frank and them was out there forever. I don't know if they ever updated Frank and them, but typically it's in like a little cooler, so it keeps it cool, and you just bring it back out. Or like they supposed to bring that stuff out at night, bring it out, put it out so people can get it.
Yeah, they wasn't doing none of that. I mean, homeboy came around and was just like seeing the weenies that was possibly outdated, even though they followed all the rules in the song. They somehow ended up in the trash. But I thought it was funny because like you have Frank and Barry and Carl. I don't know them other weenies' names. It don't matter. Them niggas died. But so you got Barry, and Barry is the one he's the abnormal weenie. I'm not gonna lie. If I'm getting a pack of hot dogs, I'm leaving that pack there. I'm like, you're not cheating me out of I want the whole thing. I don't care how thick he is. Even though, you know, Barry got they call it girth. No, I want the whole thing. No, you ain't shorter than me. I'm just saying. But how did you like this exchange between the weenies and the buns?
Now, first off, I don't like the disrespect you had on Barry, regardless of just having girth versus length. Like it may be more, it may be more flavorful, you know, one way or another. Like, you know, it's like you never know, you never know. But we said, how did I feel about the weenies and the buns being like, they belong together, literally. But it was funny just seeing the interaction in between them and how the buns, especially Brenda, she went off like I feel like this would be like you in a sense. Like you would try to make a joke, and then one of the friends like, "Hold on, you messing up my joke." Like,
what you doing? Put your fucking hand down. Like, you see what I'm trying to do. Here you go, trying to get some dick. Like, yo, sis, do that on your own time.
It's always one. It's always one. Like, damn, nigga, don't be thirsty. Don't be that thirsty. It's a time and a place.
Jason, scaring the hoes. Scaring the hoes. But I thought it was funny because you see, like, after Brenda was going in on Carl was like, yeah, Frank, I'm not gonna say what he said to Brenda, but he was just like, yo, Brenda on some bullshit. He was just like, oh, you hate, she fresh as fuck. And I was like, it's funny because she's a bun and you want fresh buns. So I was like,
literally.
So like the dialogue in this movie like is hilarious to me because I'm just sitting here like listening to the dialogue and the conversation and how it pretty much goes into each character. And then Carl is just like, I don't even know why you focused on just one bun. It's so many buns out here. And then he was just like, well, I practice Bun-ogamy. Jason, if you were a hot dog, would you practice Bun-ogamy?
Now what? It's a lot of buns in the sea. I'm gonna just be real with you. They got sesame buns. They got like the brioche buns now. They even got the Hawaiian hot dog bun. Like, I mean, I may want to try a few flavors just to see which one I fit better in.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. At least she was being honest. But then we see the exchange between Brenda and Frank. You know, they over there talking, flirting, food flirting. And he's just like, I can't wait to get up in that. And then they were just like, just the tip. Now, we're going to do our agree to disagree here, Jason, because I brought it to you. I was just like, Brenda messed up. Just the tip is a trap. We've said that on this podcast before. Mm-hmm. It absolutely is.
Why is it a trap? Like, I mean, like, if I was to, what's your favorite snack, Jazz?
My favorite snack?
You know what? As a matter of fact, I know some of the snacks we find out different times. Let's say I have a bag of the sneaker popcorn, right? Mm-hmm. So if I was to lay the Snickers popcorn across a plate, and I had a book of Trevante at the end of it, are you gonna you gonna reach across to get those popcorns to get that book? Knowing it's a setup. You know what it is.
Yes.
So then, bam, you open this book up. Now you got your hand caught in a mouse trap. You knew it was the trap coming, and you still fell for it.
But the thing is, like, just the tip, it's a trap. It's dangerous and it's toxic because you know damn well, just the tip is just, oh, let me open the door a little bit when it's a nice breeze outside. You're gonna want more than just that small ass breeze. Just don't even open the door. No, it's not enough.
It's not who fault. Is that my fault that you
it's
just want? Is it? It's not a trap. We did what we. If you wanted, it's not my fault. You felt the tip and was like, no, put it all in there.
Jason, That is a trap. Even Brenda later on the movie was just like, I mean, who walks around and be like, oh, just a tip was great. No, you ain't gonna want no, don't nobody be happy about just a tip. You be like, oh, just a tip, but like, let me go further. When you do just a tip, then it's just like, I'm definitely gonna want more.
But I mean, so just being honest, we started it hunching. Like if you just really wanted just to break to just get away, you could have just dry hump with jeans, maybe even with pants,
like they did in Bad Teacher. He came in his jeans.
He said they were Levi's, right? And but yeah, yes, you can you like I'm saying, but we both wanted just the tip. We wanted to see what they felt like, just to see if we can get to the great beyond.
Who? Maybe somebody. I'm sorry for that person. Sorry for that band. But who just puts a tip in and then should be like, all right, that was cool. Bye. Like, that's embarrassing. You got to pull a Mr. Mustard on that one. I'm
For
just
what?
saying.
That's what you mean.
Yo, she like, all right, that was cool and leave.
I mean, if you just get the tip, I mean that was her keeping her word. She stuck to her word. We just proving women are liars with this.
Whoa. Yes. Whoa. All right, you jumped completely off the wagon on that one. I don't know where that even came from.
It's facts. Because if we say just a tip, don't come. Oh, more. So that's what is this? What is
if that's if that's the case, y'all got to just be like, all right, you just want a tip. So back in the bag, back in your
yeah, you know that's it. But see, we've been shamed for just giving the tip, so we gotta go ahead and give the whole thing.
Who's shaming y'all?
Women. You gonna?
Oh, you blaming everybody. You blaming the women on everything. So
this is so you gonna stop? What's the problem? You can't keep
y'all.
It.
Hold on, but y'all strong though. So like none of that should matter to y'all. Just be like, look, I told you what I'm gonna give you, and I'm taking it back. Take your power back, Jason. Take your power back.
I want to respect what this woman wants and her wishes, so I'm giving it. I'm respecting what she really wanted. She didn't just want the tip. She shouldn't have failed for that. She should be like, you know what? No.
Oh, so she shouldn't have fell for the trap.
She shouldn't have. I said, wait.
Yeah. All right. I won this one. All right. Thank you. Agree to disagree.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
So we see a gentleman comes back in the store. He got the wrong kind of mustard. Why is this associate so aggressive? He was just like, I just want to go ahead and put this back and then let me get what I came for. She was like, I don't give a fuck what you do. And I'm just thinking, Jason, was this a Walmart store? That's your favorite store. So I'm let me ask you.
It felt super Walmart like. I've gone to super Targets and they have food, but this felt like a Walmart, a super Walmart.
That's what I was getting to. So he goes and put Mr. Mustard back on the shelf. Now, if Mr. Mustard is, he's seen some shit during his time when he went to the great beyond and came back. He should not have been put back on that shelf. But, because I'm just sitting here like, wait a minute, that left the store. It might be something in that mustard. Something probably was in him because he was wilding. Like, Ketchup trying to comfort him, like, oh, hey, welcome back. What you doing here? He was just like, get the fuck off me. Like, he started tweaking a little bit. And so I was just like,
you think they put the tip in him?
I mean, they could have put the tip in him and then somebody, I hope it was a mouth and not between the legs or whatever they was doing. I don't know what happened to Mr. Mustard, but Mr. Mustard saw some really wild shit and he spazzed. And it's funny because we see Firewater from a distance as Mr. Mustard is going crazy. He's just like, they've been lying to you. They've been lying to you. And then here comes Firewater out of nowhere coming from the daggone alcohol aisle. He was like, so you know, don't tell anybody or I'll slit your throat. And then he just vanished. And then he was like, Mr. Mustard's like, did y'all see him? He was like, what the hell are you talking about? But did you think like this exchange with Mr. Mustard was going to expand to where we actually went with it?
I felt like, I mean, so like I said, the creativity in this movie I really enjoy. I like I like how they plotted the story out, because it was like 2 or 3 different storylines, um, which was, of course, where it goes to the great beyond. That was, I think, that was the main storyline, like what it is, finding out the truth, what's going to happen, with that. So I enjoyed that, and I feel like they had to, like that would have been too much of a, but now how quick were we going to get the truth? I didn't know, and I love it wasn't rushed, like they slow rolled that to actually come out of it. So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, same. So then we pretty much see a lady pick up Barry and Brenda. And it's funny because like Frank, but he got picked up first. He over here praying to the gods that Brenda get picked too. He said, please get her, Lord, please. I was just like, yo, what that's crazy. But it's funny because during this entire thing, as the lady is walking around getting her items, all the food's happy. They thinking they just about to go to the great beyond, have a bomb ass time. And you got Mr. Mustard. It must have been it was a bad day for him because he got picked up twice. And I have got to say, Danny McBride did an amazing fucking job as Mr. Mustard, because I was just thinking about his character. You've seen the movie This Is the End, right?
I haven't actually, no.
Oh shit, Jason, you got to check that out. Highly recommend that. But you remember him because he's in Righteous Gemstones.
Gemstones, correct.
And so he's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Stupid.
All around. Like his character in this, he's just like, they're just coming all over your face. Like he's just going insane. And he pretty much said similar things in This Is the End. That's also on Netflix. I definitely add that to your list. But this entire scene of Frank trying to save Mr. Mustard, I don't know why, but I guess soon as Mr. Mustard told him that the Great Beyond was bullshit, he was like, oh, I need to know more. Like, he got out the package and everything. I would just let him fall. I'm like, I don't know who that crazy ass motherfucker is. Like, he's out of here. But have you ever been in a grocery store where you made that much of a mess with your food? Like the character did in this movie, with like all your shit on the floor?
No, I don't think I've ever done that. I'm trying to think if I ever made, like, I've made, I've, like, in the car, I've had people cross the median before. I've made a person hit a dog before.
The fuck?
Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you jump out the way, and one time we weren't paying attention in the car. We had to jump over into the grass a little bit, and get back over onto the interstate. But yeah, I've never been in a store and made a mess. No. You've done this?
No. I feel like my anxiety would fuck me all the way up, and I would just run away from the mess. If that ever happened to me, I'd be like, "Ooh." I've seen people do it, and I'd just be like, somebody got to clean that up.
This was chaos, though.
It looked like a war zone. And that was the point of it. That was the point of this entire scene, was to look like a war zone. I thought it was amazing.
It was.
Because you got the flour and it's just foggy everywhere. You got PB&J. Oh, R.I.P. Like, Mr. Peanut Butter is crying. Mrs. Jelly is spilled all over. He's like, I can fix it. You know, the banana peel coming off of the banana's face. Like, I know this entire room throwing ideas was a full-on hot box, because you can't be sober and come up with these kind of ideas. You can't. And I'm hoping it wasn't bath salts, because that's some Florida shit. Yeah, Florida before I moved to Florida. But like, I'm just sitting here like this entire, like, everything happening. And then when they were running from the cart, you saw Mr. Chips get ran over as the douche. I forgot to mention the douche.
You did. We're going to get to them.
I'm going to let you handle that one, because that character was wild. But like, they're running from the cart, and the douche is like, hurry, Chips, run. And obviously the Chips was like full of air. Chips get ran over by the cart, just fucks up half the little other pieces of food, like cuts through what the marshmallows and something else.
Yeah, no, this scene was there's complete chaos and like everything you think would happen to food, what's happening to food, like in the most fucked up way. But that's just typical for us. So we're not even really paying attention to shit like that. She just kept moving, like she ain't like all this shit that happened. Oh shit. But you know, you got the one man who got busted up, who was pretty pissed off about this, was this douche. This young lady, she was going, as she was about to check out, she was like, yeah, everything is mine except that the douche over there, which we do find out later she needed that douche. But when he was in the cart, he was explaining, he was like, ooh, but look at that GODDTD. Oh, that goddamn to douche. And that was like he was like, yeah, you probably even think people use these no more. They don't. They don't.
He was the last one on the shelf. Like when she got it, there was no more on the shelf.
And why was she douching in 2016? You know what? That's women's business. Let me mind mine. Let me mind mine.
She felt really honored though when she got to the register, and when she told the cashier, was like, somebody made a mess, and he was just like, clean up on aisle such and such. A MILF dropped her douche, and she was just like, a MILF? Ooh. Like, sis, what are you doing?
I wonder, you think she was trying to shoot a shot at the little buddy?
I feel like if he probably would have given her one more compliment, she definitely would have tried to fuck. She gave off that energy for sure. But now we see the douche is just like, his nozzles broke because sis done left. So he's just like, wait, I was trying to get to the great beyond. And so he points his irritations towards Frank and Brenda.
That's the name of it? Well, you mean him being irritated?
Yes.
Oh, I thought that's what the stem was called, an irritation. I'm like,
no.
I'm like, damn, teach me the douche ways.
I can't, my nigga. I got nothing for you. He was irritated because his ride out into the great beyond was gone out the door. But he was over here trying to square up with Frank. And like Brenda's like, bitch, people are dead. Jelly is dead. He was like, I don't give a fuck about them. And like, it's funny because every time he spoke, he said something that was in reference to another item in the store. And that item would always be like, huh, what? Because I think in this scene, he was saying, I feel like something about the apples. And then the apples were close to it. And so they responded. He was like, I'm not fucking talking to you, apples. But like, it was in so many different scenes. But he was pretty much trying to fight Frank, but his ass got swept up. I thought he was gone forever. And then Brenda pretty much saved Frank. Mm-hmm. So they had rolled under a table and they were touching. I'm like, y'all horny motherfuckers could have just did what y'all needed to do, like right then and there under that table. You were already out your packet.
I mean, but she was she the good Christian girl. She wasn't really, she wanted it, but she didn't really want it. You know what I mean? Now Frank, I mean, but then again, I don't know. I mean, I feel like Frank wanted it too, but I don't think it was like he wasn't the guy that was just begging, like reaching, I gotta have it type situation.
They touched tips like 2 hours ago. And they both, I think, like Brenda got out of her packaging for him. Like, I mean, what?
She
That's a big risk, like
she want to save her man.
I would have been in that packet. I would have did what Carl did. I can't reach. I'm trying. Like, not even moving. Yo, that's why Carl got his ass killed. He was a terrible friend. He was terrible.
Man.
Shout out to Jonah Hill. That was hilarious. But since Brenda and Frank, they link up with Sammy Bagels.
Sammy Bagel Jr. Right.
And I don't know who the tortilla or the flap.
Kareem Abdul Lavash.
That's why didn't write that shit down. I was just like Flappy Tortilla in my notes. But they pretty much link up with them. And it's funny because like everybody has an expectation of what they feel like the great beyond is going to be based off of, I guess, their background or the aisle that they're normally set in. So I thought that was pretty cool. But so they pretty much get introduced to them and they try to figure out, you know, let's go back to our aisles. And then we go to one of my scenes that I think is completely wild. We get the douche. Douche is broke up. He's just like, I don't have a purpose anymore. And then we hear something in the background, help me. And he's like, oh, little juice box. How this entire scene panned out, what did you think? Like, what was your reaction to this?
When the juice box, well, no, not with the juice box, but the douche box, douche bag grabbed the actual juice box. I was looking at it like, bruh, what I know, what is he gonna feel himself up some kind of way, or what? I mean, what is he about to do? And I guess he turned him out, or sucked him up, or drained him, one of the two.
All of the above.
But yeah, now that scene was a wild one. So it was funny. It was funny as hell just seeing how he did that. And I'm like, okay, so I see the energy he about to have in this. He's gonna be like the little purple bear on Toy Story 3, trying to like he get evil and like, nah, fuck that. Y'all gonna be this. It's gonna be the way I want it to be. So it's gonna be interesting to see how he gets back with them.
Right. It was wild because the way that he balled him up, that's kind of how I balled up my juice boxes when I was a kid. Because you just bring the box just folded up. And then he took his damn sticker because he had a little slit. So he took his sticker so he could stop dripping.
Why wouldn't he? I mean, if you can heal your wounds when you do it.
I mean, I get it. But the juice box was just so innocent, dying. And then it was funny because the douche was just like, oh, I got a light bulb moment. And then you get a light bulb in the back. And he's like, huh? He was like, fuck you, light bulb. But no, like, this scene was just crazy. And I was just like, all right, y'all, we see where this is going. And it just seemed like it got worse or more inappropriate as the movie went on.
It has to escalate.
I mean, yeah, but not to the level that it did. That last 7 minutes, and don't ask me why I know that it was 7 minutes, but we didn't need that last 7 minutes. But so we got the gang, they're pretty much walking, trying to get back to their aisles, and then you have Sammy Bagels and Lavash. They arguing about the space in the aisle. Do you know what group? Because I feel like every food group represented an actual social group in the world. Do you know who the bagel and the tortilla represented?
So I mean, so truly, it felt like, because they said they were good friends with hummus. So I felt like it was ooh, I want to be careful when I say that, but like the Arabic group, I feel like that's who they were like doing it, just based on his name being Lavash, and being by the hummus, and then it was like a pita roll or something like that. I think he was like a pita roll, but I feel like that was the group that they were actually identifying to.
Okay, because it was just pretty much like them getting displaced in different aisles. And Frank is just like, don't y'all aisle got enough space for both of y'all? And it was just like, this dumb fucking sausage. We acting like we can coexist. And like, they laughing at Frank. Like, he's just like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, no, we need separate aisles. Like, nah. But then they pretty much get to the top of the aisle. And you see this entire store. This shit looks like what a Home Depot looks like, but then turned into a Walmart. There's no reason for this store to be as big as it was.
Maybe you think maybe it looked that way because they were so small?
That's a good point. I didn't think of it like that. Okay.
Kind of like on Toy Story 2 when they went back into the store to replace Buzz Lightyear, and the store was a lot larger than what they were.
Okay. That's a good point. I like it. But and so Frank pretty much suggests like they go through the liquor aisle. Brenda's like, oh, don't that seem out the way? He was like, nah, it's not. She was like, you don't seem too confident. And then so he had more confidence in his answer, and she switched like, okay, all right, let's go. Because she just like, why are we even going that way? But he's trying to talk to Firewater.
Mm-hmm.
And so we get to the liquor aisle. I'm not gonna lie, this aisle lit as hell. This is the aisle that I would be in, that I would want to be in if I was in this grocery store. Brenda looking around like everybody is out there packaging. Like, what you think about this liquor aisle, Jason?
I think this was the first time I actually laughed in the movie. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was.
Damn,
first
you
time
didn't laugh at the beginning?
No, I told myself I kept turning the movie off at the beginning. So when the I forgot what it was, but something Jamaican started speaking to Brenda. Then she started speaking. It'll be all right. I was like, whoa, what? I said I was not expecting it. And she was like, yeah, I don't know why I was talking like that, but I mean, I had to keep it going. But yeah,
she went straight. I think Irish.
yeah. She said she went. Yeah, I did. That was too funny.
Man, nah, yeah. As you can see, I was laughing through this entire movie. This is one of my go-to comedic movies, but I have a really weird sense of humor.
Yeah, I know. No judgment.
You're judging the hell out of me. But nah, like, so we pretty much see like Brenda's looking around, like everybody's out of their packaging. She's just, like you said, Christian girl at a, what would you say? I'm trying to think of like a space of where people just going crazy with somebody fresh out of church that's always in there. It's just like in panic mode, clutching their pearls. But I can't think of that kind
fresh
of
out
space.
of church, and they
or just somebody that's like always in church that don't ever go out.
We said what are they called?
No, I'm just saying, like, I guess somebody who
that's who Brenda was like. That's what Brenda was like. Yeah,
Brenda was like pretty much, I guess, somebody who parents would not let them out of the house and they go off to college.
Yeah, that overprotected kid, sheltered kid.
Right. Yes.
They go to college, they go to the party, like, oh my,
they see what's up.
What is this? And then 3 weeks in, that bitch is the party animal.
Tore her ass up. That's what they're about to do to Brenda. But we pretty much see like where Firewater is, and Frank goes into his tent or wherever the fuck he was living at. And it's funny because when Frank walked in, Firewater is just like, hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? Which is like, when you think, yeah, you didn't catch that?
No.
Which is funny. I'm just sitting here like, yo, y'all ain't shit, but I love it. But so, nah, like,
I'm gonna have to
when you,
this
yeah,
high
just,
again.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch it high.
You didn't the first time?
No.
Whew. Jason, this is why you don't be laughing at shit. You don't be in the right mental state when you watching this stuff.
I do, but like, I have to, it's a process. Like, it's all good. I got it.
But when you go back and you see when Frank walk in, hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? And Frank is pretty much just asking him like, so I heard through the grapevine, the great beyond is bullshit. And I think this is pretty much the scene where Frank was asking Firewater like how long he's been there. He was just like, well, we first got here and then they moved us. Them damn crackers. Motherfucking crackers just moved us, just came in, and then here go Frank. Yeah, I heard about them crackers. Like, yo, I'm sorry. Like, this movie is fucking hilarious. Like, I don't understand. But so then like Firewater's just like, let me answer more questions for you, but I need you to put your head in this bag. Jason, would you have put your head in that bag to get some more answers?
No, I'm not you looking for Javante inside of a bag. No.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I remember I got this meme. You know, Pennywise was under the sewage in the sewage drain, and he was like trying to get a little boy a balloon. So
Georgie?
yeah, that motherfucker. So it was funny because like it was a meme where it was Pennywise in the sewage drain. It was like, oh, I'm a wholesome Omega down here, and it had somebody going in the sewage drain. That's me. Whether if it's a wholesome Omega or if it's Travante, I'm out of here.
Stand up. I need you to stand up.
I'll stand up in that sewage when
you gonna stand up inside his mouth. That's gonna be the end of you.
I would have went out happy. But nah, in this scene they were about to kill Frank. He was just like, we gotta go get this motherfucker out of here. But then you hear this sweet, soft voice. If we do it, we'll be just like gods. So it was like, all right, we'll let him out. What did you think about the Grits and Twinkie?
Well, I don't really like Twinkies, but it was funny just seeing how Twinkie was. Just like you say, a sweet voice, like kind of sweet, innocent type character. But then you got Grits, of course. And then I'm looking at the box, say Southern Soul. So he just super black. Like he's just like, yeah, yeah, motherfucking crackers. I'm just like, bro.
I really wish that it was Samuel L. Jackson as his character. I think Samuel L. Jackson would have done an amazing job as the Grits.
I can see that. But I feel like Seth, Adam Sandler, what's the other guy name? Will Ferrell. They typically use their friends in a lot of these movies. So whenever they make a movie, it's typically the same people. So Craig Robinson, that's the Grits, made sense. I'm like, oh yeah, that's Craig. But I can see. Now I was shocked by Firewater because I thought that was my guy. Damn, I can't think of his name, but I think of it. Shit, I don't know. I know he was the gargoyle. He was the gargoyle.
Oh, you talking about Kevin?
Keith. Is it Keith?
Keith David?
He's older.
He was Goliath.
He's the gargoyle.
And he was Spawn. That's Keith David.
Keith David. Okay, yes. Older gentleman. Yeah, he's also on what he's on damn, my favorite show. Rick and Morty. He's on Rick and Morty as well. He plays the president. So yeah. I thought that was him at first. I'm like, damn, is that him? But it definitely wasn't. I was like, oh shit, I'm shocked.
Nah, I don't know how you shocked at that. That did not sound like him at all whatsoever.
I think you gotta watch. You gotta watch some of his animated, his more recent animated stuff.
Oh, I'm sitting here like that's Spawn and Goliath.
Spawn? He did Spawn? I thought that was
no, he did an animated Spawn.
Oh, see, I don't recall that.
That's also on Max.
Okay.
So, well, I said also like something else is on Max. This is the End is on Netflix, but Spawn, the animated series, is definitely on Max.
Gotcha.
But so they pretty much tell Frank all the shit. They just like, look, you want to smoke before we tell you all of this? And Frank is just like, nah, I'm good. And it's like, nah, you're gonna definitely need to get high on this. And so I thought it was funny. They was just like, Grits was like, oh hell yeah, pass that shit over here. And so they pretty much let them know like about the great beyond. Did you, when they were explaining everything, did you see similarities with the great beyond in your real life or society?
Shit, it's the same thing. Like we expect one thing, but it's like, oh, okay, yeah, no, it's been the bullshit. After once you get out into the real world, it's definitely bullshit. It's completely different. It's not the story that they told you.
Yeah. But it was funny because in this scene and I'm gonna go ahead and knock out this scene with Frank, and then we're gonna check on Brenda and them. But so they in there smoking and they telling Frank everything. And Frank's like, oh shit, I gotta go get everybody else. They probably looking for me. And they told Frank where he can go to get proof to actually tell people. Because Frank's like, we need to let folks know. Firewater's like, well, if we don't, then they'll live their happy lives, but they'll die once they get to the great beyond. So it's better to just go ahead and, I guess, live in a safe lie than actually knowing a dangerous truth. Which side would you want to be on that coin?
Oh, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. What is the ignorance is bliss? I probably want to know the truth in that moment. I probably want to know the truth so I can know. I mean, so at least I can know how to live my days until that was the end. As opposed to living in bliss and then going like, oh, what the way they found out.
Yeah, we saw that reaction. But it was funny because when Twinkie let Frank know which aisle to go check out, Twinkie in that nice soft voice, when you see that shit, it'll fuck you up. All right, have a good day. And then he just kissed Frank on the face. I was just like, wait, you was being super scary with your little sweet voice. And then he's just like, all right, so go on about your day. But Twinkie was definitely hilarious to me. But then we got Brenda and them waiting for Frank. And we get tequila. Because why not? Nobody wants a bottle of whiskey or vodka to roll up on them. They want tequila. As suspicious as tequila was. And obviously tequila was walking him into a trap. What did you think about this scene when they were, I guess, put in a situation about to be set up in an aisle full of illegal products?
It was, I mean, just looking at it, it was kind of funny how they set it up like a saloon, I guess, like a cowboy saloon. And you see the one taco in the top. I'm just like, okay, so who out here looking for this bun? Like who's trying to take the buns? And she was like, oh, she's very beautiful. I'm like, okay. So I wonder where they're gonna go with this storyline. Then she take him and hide. I'm like, is she helping set these people up? And then you see Douche pop in and he busts the tequila bottle across the table. I'm like, bruh, this dude is out of control.
That ain't no dude, Jason. That's a douche.
That's like this douche. That douche is out of control.
And we see what happens to the douche when the douche drinks some tequila. And I immediately thought of that Leo meme where it's like he pointed at the screen like, oh shit, that look familiar. That's how I be when I take shots of tequila. I mean, I feel like a lot of people can relate. Tequila is that drink. But it was funny because is it Teresa? Teresa was just
Teresa the Taco.
Mm-hmm. Selma Hayek's character. Did you notice that the ladies had red heels?
I didn't pick up. I knew they had heels, but I didn't pick up that they was all red.
I saw that on my rewatch. I've seen this movie so many times, and I never paid attention to what their shoes. And I look at it today, I'm like, what the hell? But
maybe it's like a Minnie Mouse thing. I guess they got different color heels, but
I was thinking probably the Wizard of Oz.
Okay, I can see that too.
So, but I don't know. And then it was funny because Teresa was like, I'll smuggle you out this way. Because that's where a lot of us went to find better lives.
You're still in the store though. Like, where y'all hiding?
I guess behind the shelves. Now, you're going to get old and die, but I guess you probably wouldn't be hiding too much because you want to get picked up to go to the great beyond.
Yeah.
So they're just putting themselves in harm's way. See what happened with that lie? That lie gets you out of here. But we got Barry and Carl at the house, and this scene was pretty much in the trailer. I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw it, like I remember seeing the trailer to this, and when I first saw the scene, I said I had got to go see that movie because I thought that was hilarious. That's just me. If you were Barry, the girth weenie, how would you have responded in this scene, Jason?
The same way. It wouldn't have been no hesitation though. I would have easily been out that window.
I mean, he got in fetal position at first. Carl had to get him out of there, but he died or was cut up.
Yeah, that was a nice little horror scene, man. That was real dope. Like, so I want to see an animated horror movie. Like this scene, that was a real good scene. I like the chaos in this one as well. Just seeing all the different animals get, cleaned up, literally, like the potato. And why the potato have so many eyes on it? Like, I'm trying to.
You said the potato?
Yeah, so yeah, a lot of eyes on it.
Those are little, I don't know what they're called, but those kind of grow in the potatoes.
The spuds?
Yeah.
Well, I thought I'm like, why you got I figured, well, shit, I guess it was old because they don't spud that goddamn quick.
No, but I was curious, like when she was cutting it up, why didn't those come off of it? But because it was just still on it. But I mean, look, that I didn't care about that detail. I just wanted her to keep chopping it or shaving the damn skin off of it.
Man, you got the tomato get chopped in half, the bacon sizzling.
She was cooking so fast.
The lettuce poured in half. She was going to get ready for the party. She was going to get it in. The bread get cut up, cheese grated, and that was some whack ass nachos. She put the cheese on the chips and then put it in the microwave. You nasty bitch.
Yeah.
She got the wine getting. I'm trying to like the wine getting popped. Like why? I don't know why. You would think like at least the bottle would be okay. Like the other stuff is food. Like is the wine the drink or is the wine the bottle? I would think it'd be the bottle.
It might be the drink because if you remember the juice box, juice box, the juice was all about of them. So it might be the same for the wine.
He said, "This bitch is eating babies."
She
Man, but she cut the man up in half, cut him in half as he was trying to jump out the window.
Who does that? Who has a knife that's like, let me go ahead and cut that weenie in half real quick? That's on my windowsill.
Like I thought they would just turn into regular hot dogs when she sees them, because like when they seen, like when the other guy he went from smoking to not, when he was smoking they were talking and moving. He was a regular person. It was just a regular weenie. It wasn't doing no moving. It just rolled a little bit. But I ain't gonna put too much thought into it.
Yeah, that's best you don't do that. Not for this film, Jason. This is just for you to laugh and not get offended. That's all this movie is. But I thought it was funny because you see her like when she popped the baby carrots in her mouth, when they was like, just run. And you see them like they just rolling off the counter. She's like, nah, bitch, I ain't letting y'all hit the floor. In the middle of her mouth. Like I thought that was just too funny. Do you remember a scene from any movie that went from the characters in the film being extremely excited to being extremely scared, to where like that joy was taken away, similar to this scene? And then the example that I'll use, and the only reason why I'll say that the people in the scene was excited because they thought they were winning, was in Halloween Kills when they was beating Michael's ass and it was 20 of them. They were happy that they was beating him down. They wanted to kill him, but they didn't. And he got up and started killing them. So they were full of joy, and then it became full of sadness and them being scared in like a couple of seconds. So
I think the Cabin in the Woods. I feel like maybe like they was out there kicking it, having a good little time. They started seeing they was trapped and they couldn't do nothing. Then it was like, okay, went from kicking it, some sugar to shit real quick.
Yeah, it's always some damn horror movies that'll do it to you. I guess you could say Aunt May and Spider-Man when she was praying, and then Green Goblin came and was like, "Gotcha, bitch." You know, she said, "Say it again." Yo, yeah, Aunt May wilding like, "What are you doing?" But I love that people still use that scene for like random stuff. But Barry escapes. Now he out there in the real world, or the great beyond, I should say. And so we got Brenda and them, they walking, and the douche catches up to them. And so he chases them, and he's just like, you know, where's the sausage? Where's the sausage? And Brenda's able to go ahead and rip the sticker off of him. And so they get away, and the douche is over here trying to. He says something to them, and I feel like another grocery item pop up. It was the cream cheese.
Mm-mm.
It wasn't. What?
It was queso, because he was like, oh,
Oh,
queso. Someone say queso. He was like, oh, he said. We said it was right on the nose, I believe. But yeah, that was my favorite one. When he said that.
Oh,
Did somebody say queso? It's a fucking stretch, and you know it.
I love that it became a theme through the whole movie. But the last one that he did in the end, that was the best one, I'm not gonna lie. When he was just like, I hope you relish the fact that I was able to catch up with you and mustard something. And then you see the ketchup, mustard, and relish.
Coward in the corner. Yeah.
But I love that. But they were pretty much able to get away from the douche because he got caught in the damn I guess in between some shelves.
Yeah, he couldn't squeeze through.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't loosen up them valves a little bit.
And here they go talking shit. Like Brenda over into talking shit. And then, Teresa Taco's like, before we start eating each other's boxes, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, sis, what?
Yeah, she like, yeah, them like, come on, man, them seeds. She's planting seeds. She letting you know, letting your ass know, I want you. I've been thinking about you
the whole time. Like, she keeps walking behind you. It's not because if somebody gets snatched up, she wants them to take her before you. So she's looking at your buns as you're walking. But shout out to her, I guess. But we got Barry. He's out in the streets. Jason, would you have been afraid if you were Barry out in these dirty ass streets? Like, what city were they in? I know we don't really know, but
I couldn't even imagine. But I mean, just based on the type of drugs that they were using here, yeah, it was either California or Florida, one of the two.
You know what? I'm gonna put my money on Florida. I want to say New York, but I'm like, I didn't see no rats, so Florida is immediately canceled out. But yeah,
like, I just seen they said a rat ate a baby recently. You seen that?
No.
Yeah, in New York.
How big was the rat? I seen a gator have a whole person in their body. That was in Florida.
Huh? You mean they ate a whole person?
They found that like the gator had a person's body in its mouth. RIP to who that? Yeah. Wow. These gators ain't no joke. They'll come up to your front door, like, nah, bitch.
They just want something to eat.
Nah, gotta make some gator bites out of that one. I'm just telling you. And I recently had some gator bites too. Gator bites are good.
Too disrespectful. So if a gator was at your front door, could you even see it? Maybe.
I couldn't, no. But actually, no, I take that back because I have my Ring camera.
Got you. So I'm just thinking, like, if you go through, you got to get your step stool and step up.
You fucking right. I'm just like, what the? I ain't seeing that.
Ain't nobody at the door. Oh!
I remember one time, like a big ass dog was at my front door, and it kept tricking my daggone my camera. But it was so hot outside, so he was trying to get out of the shade. So I wasn't even mad. I was like, damn, if I would have saw, I would have brought you like a bowl of water or something. But he didn't seem vicious, but shit. He was just like, let me get in this shade real quick. He was sitting out there for a minute too. Hope he all right. Shout out to Cujo. But no, I thought it was funny, like the stuff that we see also on the street, because it's not just food that comes alive.
Just food. It's just food that come alive. Well, you're actually right. You're right. I do see there's other things.
I don't know how you forgot that used condom.
I'm thinking of the shit. I'm thinking of the shit with corn, but I'm like, it was the corn and the shit like that was doing that. But the condom, the condom was funny.
Oh boy, emptied his whole life in that condom. He was like, he just kept stretching me. It was so bad. You could see it in his mouth. I was like, what is wrong with y'all? He was like, look at me. But so Barry pretty much sees somebody. You said what?
Splooge.
Yeah, it's he didn't have a good day out in the great beyond. But he was a strong little weenie, I'm not gonna lie. But he saw the individual buying bath salts on the street. Like, and he pretty much catches a ride with this individual and goes back to this guy's house. But that scene is probably top 3 of mine of the wildest scenes in this movie, minus the orgy.
Going into the house?
That entire, yes.
Yeah, no, that was mine as well. Cause that was I think my second was the dinner scene with the douche lady.
Oh yeah, that was in the trailer. Douche lady.
Just remember she dug her panties out. She was like, I really needed that.
She didn't even wash her hands either. Like, I hope she's not making that food for nobody. All right, mind my business. Mind my business. Because people, that's why can't go to everybody parties and eat up all their food. It's either the hands dirty as fuck or the cat fur is all over it. Just stay at home.
We're not eating with the animal. We're not eating with the animals at the house.
Sister, like, and I kind of wish they would have incorporated animals in this. I wonder how that would have looked. But I think there's a part 2 coming. I think. But I have to look that up. But we pretty much we get back to the store and we see Frank finds Brenda. And he tells her like the great beyond is bullshit. Do you think his delivery in this entire conversation was wrong? Do you think he should have went about it a different way?
He definitely. Well, you go ahead.
And I was gonna say, like, when you tell somebody something that they've been believing for years is bullshit, it's like you kind of got to be careful with your words.
Yeah, you should. I mean, you should definitely read the room, but also know your crowd that you're speaking to. So, like, if you're just gonna drop a bomb, like, "Hey, everything we found, everything we've been living for was fake," it's it's just like, but that's what we like. That's literally what we are living for. What that takes all the purpose, everything out of it. So then it's like, yeah, you got to make sure she feels protected in that moment. So you just like shattering her whole world. So then it's like, shit, what's option 2 for us if that's not real?
Yeah. And probably because she's just thinking how, so somebody tells you one thing is not real, somebody who we saw commit suicide, and you just automatically believe that. And so that's when she was just like, we need to go back to our aisle. He was like, nah, I gotta go find this other spot. She just like, I got out my packaging for you, but you're not willing to get back in yours for me. I thought that was a bar.
It was, but it was some bullshit. Because if I'm telling you, hey, it's not what we think, and there's some proof of it, like, I'm not necessarily saying you have to come with me, but at least respect me enough to allow me to go to figure that piece out.
But I guess in her mind, she's thinking if you go on this adventure, you're still out of the packaging longer than you should be anyway. I mean, hypothetically, they should be in the trash. They don't need to be back in nobody packaging because, like, you done had all this motherfucking flour on you. You done traveled to different aisles. Like, you dirty as fuck. Like, and he's a sausage. He's meat. You can let bread sit out. That motherfucker's meat. He is going to give somebody food poisoning. Like, Frank is not the kind of Frank that you want to have on your bun.
No,
see how I did it?
I like it. But Frank was a bit some nasty meat.
Yeah.
Tainted meat, if you will.
Definitely giving food poisoning for sure. So they pretty much going back and forth arguing. We got everybody else watching. And I know Teresa is sitting back like, yeah, I want y'all to keep arguing so then I can slide in and She was just looking like, go ahead, mess this up. But it was funny because during this argument, she was just like, I'm gonna get somebody else to slide in here. Eggplant.
Bro, you know what? He should have split her down the middle right then.
Was that too far?
Everything she said was too far. She said, you know, she said the eggplant. She said maybe it was some toothpaste. Like, you just trying to fill your hole with anything. Like, you want to fill the void that bad?
I guess she was lashing out.
All because he questioned what the great beyond was.
I mean, that's just like when people get in relationships and they have two different religions and two different beliefs. Mm-hmm. So that's what this engagement kind of reminded me of. So I feel like, especially two people that just start dating and it's just like, oh no, I believe this, no, I believe that. Now they might not go to as far as like, I'm gonna go fuck somebody else, but they're food. So it's not like they can travel anywhere else. But yeah, so they go their separate ways. Oh, go ahead, Jason.
I like the she said your actions speak louder than the words, and your actions are deafening. Just like, ooh, that's hard.
But I'm sitting here like, y'all have saved each other's lives throughout this entire day.
It's the entire time. Like, why we, you know, just let's. Like I said, I couldn't say him expecting her to go. Like, it should have just been a respect thing, but like she got crazy because he didn't say anything. Did he say anything crazy to her? All he said is, no, I can't get back right now. I got to go.
I mean, he kind of said it's hard to have a conversation with somebody that kind of thinks like her.
Okay.
So I guess somebody from the outside looking in, they might not think that was too triggering. But I guess being on the inside of somebody looking at you like, look, I can't have no conversation with you because this is too difficult. It's like, you trying to call me difficult? You trying to call me complicated? So like a lot of things translate from just that one phrase.
And they call that on Twitter girl math.
I don't do that. I seen something today where it was like, guy math is when he doesn't want to buy you flowers that are $10 because they're going to die. And I'm just sitting here like, bruh, it's a thought that counts. Especially if you go to like a fast food spot and spend $15 on a motherfucking meal that's gonna end up cutting a year and a half of your life down.
A year and a half?
What
the fuck is you eating? Like, god damn, what they eating? A goddamn what's that? A donut burger? Like shit, like something like that. They probably died today.
From the fair.
Yeah, like a donut. What, you eat that?
No.
Oh, okay. The way you said that, I was kind of scared. It was on the Boondocks too when he made them.
Oh, the itis episode.
Yeah.
They was throwing hoes out of the store. They fall asleep. They was like, you taking up too much room on this bed. We need to bring the Boondocks back immediately.
Yeah. Well, Pop's passed, so it'll be kind of hard with that. Yeah. So I think that's going to be where they stop it. Well, not stop it, but hold up. But I do like the other part of this is Meatloaf was singing, I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that. Like, that's the actual singer's name. So that was dope that it matched with that. But then you see this threesome that he's seeing in the Great Beyond. I'm just like, man.
I was gonna ask you, and let me make sure I word this correctly. What song are you playing after a fresh breakup while envisioning Bay getting smashed by a giant eggplant?
I'm going to when I actually went through a breakup. I'm playing Song Cry by Jay-Z. I played it at least 52 times back to back.
That's my shit. I don't have any kind of like connection to it, but that song is fire.
Man, I definitely got a connection to it.
Okay. That's a good one. I didn't think you would have a song already on hand. Damn, you fucked up my joke. Like that bitch from the earlier part of the movie raise her hand. But no, that scene was fire. Look, and he was over here trying to run to stop the vision.
He was like, I'm just saying, he was to do a lot more than Michael Ealy character in Fatal.
What did his character do, Jason?
Shit, nothing. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's true. But also, Brenda wasn't as crazy as Val. That bitch was wild. But we get back to Barry, bath salts. I already know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway, just for jokes. When he did all of his bath salts look like he was shooting up, is it heroin or crack?
Either one, truthfully.
Yes. And the visions and the colors and shit that he was seeing, did it make you be like, oh, that seemed like it might be something interesting? To where like you moving your hands and you seeing colors. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like you can get something similar if you do shrooms. That's just what I heard. Don't know nothing about that. Throw that out there. But I'm just like, putting bath salts in your arm, like that's crazy. Like, why do you even have the needle? He had a whole printout of how to do this.
Yeah, how to do bath salt on the Googles is what was wild. Like he was just like, they said don't do it. Fuck it, I'm doing it anyway. I'm just like, bruh, this is wild. Now this was a wild scene. No, Jazz, I do not care to feel colors and taste the rainbow. I'm cool. I can eat Skittles, and I can draw, and I can touch them. I don't need to see my hand moving and get the feeling. I'm good on that.
I'll definitely do some virtual reality shit if I want to see something like that. But nah, I thought this was wild. But like, let's just say, for example, you get you're drinking something that's not illegal, your favorite kind of drink or whatever. I know you don't drink too much. But let's just say you drink it and you start seeing your food come alive. How are you reacting?
I can, I'm unable to vomit, but I would definitely be trying to spit up whatever I'm eating at that moment.
What if you're not eating nothing?
Running. And I just see the food moving?
Yeah.
I'm fucking that food up. I'm
so
not going to eat it. I'm not going to eat it. I'm just going to destroy it.
Why? So what if it's like talking to you really calm? Like you start panicking and you just like, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck? And then your food is like, yo, chill, bring it down. You're good. To where you can understand it talking. You don't know the voice, but they're calm. They're not aggressive.
I'm freaking out. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm cool. Maybe an animal talking because I've been trying to understand animals. But if my food start talking, I'm going to have a problem.
That's very interesting. Why are you trying to understand animals?
Because you may talk to an animal. Like, what the fuck? Why you keep barking? Why are you barking, bitch? Like, tell me what you barking about. My food should never talk. At any point, once the food make it to my house, it should be good and dead.
Okay. So if a bag of chips is like, Jason, please don't eat me. Just let me go. And it's got arms and feet and shit. Kind of like what they had in this movie. Would you let him walk out the door? Oh, that's an even better question. Would you let it just leave? If it's like, let me leave, are you gonna let it go after you pay for it? Because groceries high as fuck these days.
After I pay for it.
I mean, it's gotta be after you pay for it.
I guess so. I probably would let it leave.
You letting your groceries walk out the front door?
All of them? Not all of them. Some...
all the motherfuckers with legs, Jason.
That's the ones with legs, I gotta. Yeah, the ones with legs, I gotta go.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna take this question further. If a woman comes in your house and is like, Jason, I'm going to take all of your food, you gonna let her walk out your front door with your food that you just paid for?
Who is the woman?
Let her be some random. I mean, not a random like a stranger, but somebody that you know, but somebody who you wouldn't buy groceries for.
No. They can't take them. But if the food, but if the food is telling me it's for to go, live your life. Like I want to see what life you finna live once you leave here.
You gonna follow him?
I'm not. I'm just curious. Like somebody gonna see them chips and they be like, "Hey, it was some taco chips. I ate them." Like,
but what if nobody sees them? Like you see them walk out your door, and they're walking in like a fucking single file line, and your neighbors are outside. They wave at you, "Hey, Jason." And you see your neighbor, then you look at the line of food, and then you look at your neighbor again to where it's like, I know y'all see this line of food, but they don't.
Now that's now they gotta walk their ass back in the house, and clearly I'm tripping.
Wait,
Clearly I'm tripping. I was
you go
playing. Bring your ass on back. Bring your ass
wait.
on back.
Is you gonna go get a plastic bag and be like, nah, I'm gonna put y'all. You gonna put it back in
Trash
the
bag. Trash bag. Come on. They closed, right? As long as it's closed. Go on back on in there. You come back to the house.
That'll probably be the highest question I ask on this episode. Probably not. But we pretty much see dude, he's freaking out. And he's just like, little sausage is talking to me. And then you see a pizza that's half eaten. And he's like, I see your little legs. He's like, you don't see my fucking legs. You ate them. And he's just like, I ate so many of your family members. And so dude is like freaking out. And it's funny because we pretty much see the different, like, and this apartment looks like it stinks.
Yeah.
It looked like it stinks.
It looked like you do bath sauce in it.
Yeah, it looks disgusting. Like, and when he opened up the bag of chips, crumbs just fall on the ground. Like, but then we see pretty much the toilet tissue. And he's just like, what has he done to you? He was just like, you don't want to fucking know. After you watch this movie, did you look at your items around the house differently?
I looked at my salad a little different. I was looking at my salad today. I was like, man, you better not start talking. And then smashed up.
I'm not gonna lie. This movie didn't slow me down at all. I don't give a fuck if it's talking or not. Y'all are delicious. But now we have Brenda and them. They get to their aisles. And so they pretty much split up. Teresa lets Brenda know, I had a crush on you, but that they can't indulge in their temptations because of the gods. And then Brenda's like, well, we want what we want, but it doesn't matter because we can't disobey the gods. And she was like, when Brenda was leaving, she was like, hola. Teresa was like, hola means hello.
There's something wrong with you.
That just seems so racist because it seems like that's the only Spanish word people know. And they use it in the wrong context.
Nah, it's a fact. It's a fact.
Oh, this movie tickled me in too many. Like
she said no. She said it's not. Hello is. How do you say it in goodbye? Adios. Exactly. And she just walked off. And she had smooth off. Like what the fuck? I don't know if I asked this on here before. Is a hot dog bun a sandwich?
I'm gonna say no. It's a bun. It's just a bun. Don't be trying to put it in another family and shit.
Is it a taco shell?
No.
Is it a hot dog shell?
I won't debate a hot dog shell, but it's definitely not a taco shell, and it's definitely not a sandwich. I guess
what makes a sandwich a sandwich? No. I'm glad because you messing up my question. What makes a sandwich a sandwich?
Lettuce.
So you telling me if I had a
you ain't putting no motherfucking lettuce on no hot dog, Jason. Stop! Don't even do that. You're not putting lettuce on a hot dog. If you are, go ahead and admit it on this episode right now so I can clip that shit up.
Wait, why would I put but lettuce? Why would I put lettuce on there? But what if I don't want lettuce on my sandwich? It's not a sandwich no more because it's not a.
So, does it have? Because I guess you can argue the fact that like a hoagie bread looks like a hot dog bun.
Yeah,
but you slice it deeper though. I don't know. We can ask the audience. Y'all let us know, is a hot dog a sandwich or is a hot dog bun a sandwich? But I also think it depends on the kind of meat that you put in between the buns. And that sounds wild to say out loud, but I think it depends on what kind of meat you put between the buns.
Is a hot dog bun without a hot dog?
What? I mean, that's like saying, is a hamburger bun without hamburger? Yes, because you can turn a hamburger bun into a sandwich.
Just a bun at that point. It's not. Is it still a hamburger bun?
It's not, because it's the meat gives it that hamburger bun, hot dog bun.
You know what fucked me up the first time? When somebody made me a hamburger and they put it on bread. I was like, nah, this bitch crazy.
She put a hamburger on like regular sandwich bread.
On regular sandwich bread.
So the thing about that is, the reason why I don't like that is because sandwich bread is not thick enough for that meat. I need my bread to match the meat. I need them the energies to be there. So don't give me all this meat and I ain't got that much bread. You know what I mean?
I'm like, wait, did you just put that on the hamburger bun?
Hell no, man.
For real? Is you crazy, bitch? But look, but if you do it on a Texas toast, it's not that bad.
Texas toast is thick though.
It is. I'm just saying. If you put on Texas toast, it's not that bad.
You put some barbecue on some Texas toast. That shit fire.
Barbecue, what? Like barbecue, like pulled pork?
Like chopped barbecue. Yeah, pulled pork, chopped barbecue.
I don't think I've done a
barbecue sandwich now.
I just had one. I don't think I had that though.
It's pretty good.
It's like one of the hood spots, but I think they do actually do it that way. But it's white. I don't like white bread.
Oh, you racist? Jason likes white milk, but not white bread. That boy is confused.
I mean, but almond milk, I just can't. It's
an acquired taste.
It's like it looks like semen. That's why I can't do it.
So it look like what was in the condom. Damn. So now when I go get my bowl of cereal, I'm gonna be like,
because it just ain't kind of slimy or something. I don't know.
It's not as thick. And I mean, sure. I think I can see the. I don't want to fuck up my cereal experience. So
you trying to fuck up my chip experience?
Were you about to say
if your chip?
No, I thought you was about to say my semen experience.
No,
I'm like, wait, sir.
I don't have those.
Jason be like, you got some almond milk on your lips. Crazy. All right.
It's a nut.
Yes. So
how do they get nuts from milk? I mean, how do they get milk from a nut?
I think they crush up the nuts and then they put it with some milk. My nigga, I don't know what the fuck they be doing. I don't know.
Did you just say this? That defeats the purpose of the almond milk.
They crunch it up. I thought they just blend that shit together. Actually, I've never thought of what they do. Is you milking in the air, my nigga?
I'm gonna say like who's milking nuts? But it couldn't be. It has to be mixed with like water or something, maybe.
I mean, it might be because it's not as thick. But then again, they might be adding like regular white milk, some extra shit in there.
No, they're not, because you can't. That defeats the purpose of the nigga that's getting the almond milk. They don't want milk. That fucks with their stomach. So, question: when you make your eggs, you put milk in your eggs, and you put almond milk. Is the milk you put in your eggs?
Yeah.
Does it make it thicker?
It gives me that like the fluffiness, because I like my eggs kind of fluffy with some cheese, salt, pepper.
No, I don't like milk in my eggs. Don't do it.
I mean, I used to didn't put milk in my eggs, but then I was like, let me get that fluff. I don't do it all the time. I sometimes forget. And by the time the eggs in the pan, I said, damn, they're not fluffy like I want them to. And then by that time, it's too late. You can't just throw the milk in there because that's...
Yeah, nah. Milky eggs is wild.
That's crazy. That's when you mad at your man. I made you eggs, nickel.
I wish somebody would come back looking like, damn, is this oatmeal or eggs, man?
But we pretty much get back to the bath salts. Dude passed out and he woke back up. And we're introduced to Gum with the long ass name.
Stephen Hawkins.
Yep. I was going to ask you who this reminded you of, but you knew. He rolled through and educated us. And the fact that Barry was like, all right, you could have saved 5 minutes of that shit you were saying and just got to how long it's going to take me to get back to the store. And then the dude wakes up, and this is when he pretty much opens up the bag of chips. And it was funny because the gum was like, we're all fucked. Like, everybody scattered. And Barry almost got out of here. I've never seen an animated character with so much plot armor. So, but I mean, realistically, I think he was the hero of the movie.
Yeah.
So, but
finally got brave. He finally got brave.
He did. It took him a while. He went through a lot. I mean, I feel like the streets that he was on, you had to get brave from that. You couldn't just nah. It was funny because while he was even out there in the great beyond, you could see other items that were obviously trash and dead already. Like, they didn't move. They was just laying in the streets. But I thought that was funny. But we get back to Frank. Frank finally goes to the dark aisle and he finds the cookbook, which is actually the story of the great beyond. I thought this was creative as hell because just that proof, because you think about a cookbook, it's people cooking and different meals that they're making. And obviously what Frank is seeing is people, the gods, eating the food. And so he's just like completely like, oh shit, I gotta go tell everybody this. He ripping a page out the book. He's like, I gotta go show folks. Like, I gotta just get the proof. And so Brenna gets back in the packaging. Sis, that packaging had probably 8 hot dog buns in it. And yo bum ass been out of your packaging for 12 hours. So you dirty. Now you dirtying up them other buns. And you smushing the buns too.
Contamination all going like inside the bag.
This was definitely a Walmart. But
or Piggly Wiggly.
Ooh. I'm gonna say a Piggly Wiggly. For sure. I would say Winn-Dixie, but nah, they done upgraded. So only reason why I know that's because so many Winn-Dixies down here in Tampa. But and so the douche, he's drinking, he's still in the alcohol aisle, getting lit. Like, for real. He's going crazy. And so did you notice, like, once Sammy Bagels and
Lavash, they
get back to their aisles and how their
separated
families was just like, why were you with him?
It almost it gave me like West Side Story vibes.
I was thinking Romeo and Juliet.
I'm not mad at that. But, they definitely was for the ride. Like, we can take him out right now.
I'm like, y'all are right beside each other. But I thought that was funny. What did you think when Frank finally got to the front of the store with the proof of how the Great Beyond is bullshit and his approach to it?
Same exact thing. Just how he kind of brought it to Brenda when she was there. He did the same exact thing, but he did the whole scare tactic to everybody. And I think one of them was like, you know what, fuck that. We much rather live in bliss, not knowing, because he like one of the boxes turned around, you see the kids happy with the cereal box. And they're like, we rather live in this fairy tale world than the one that you telling us. So why the fuck would we do that? So it almost is like Barry was just sitting there waiting for him to fuck up. Then he was like, "Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, that wasn't gonna work the way you just did that." Man, he could have, I feel like he could have stopped him before he even got to it.
You think he was there already?
Hell yeah, he was there. Where else he was gonna be at? How he get up there so quick?
He may have been on his way.
Man, by the time he got to that microphone to speak, the motherfucker was there.
Man, I don't know, but it was funny because Frank was like talking to the corn. He said, "Don't do it, corn." And then other foods was like, "Corn, sing the song." He's like, "Don't you fucking do it." But obviously, like, soon as the damn song comes on, you got customers in the store. Brenda gets snatched up because she was trying to leave out of her bag, but the other Buns was like, listen, bitch, you need to relax. It was like, you doing way too much. You're not about to fuck up red, white, and blue day for us. Like, you shouldn't have came in this package. And you got Frank trying to run the different aisles to try to save Brenda. And I'm like, what are you actually going to do once you get there? Like what is happening? But and also they were just trying to think like how they can go against the gods. And you see the nuts was like, I ain't fight beside no bunch of fruits. And then the fruits is around the other side. It's just like, you're just a nut job.
Yeah, and I like them little jokes that was going through as they was doing it. As they was preparing for this, I guess, final battle that they were having. Which is kind of wild. I'm trying to think, because like, I mean, it's just like the food was just like, nah, we're not taking it, and like the people was just like, bro, what the fuck going on? Why y'all wilding right now?
I mean, realistically, the people start wilding too soon as Barry got them with the bath salts. Like, how the hell? I'm sorry, if my food start talking, I'm not going to go attack it and eat it like what they was doing in the store.
That was
like,
but they was on bath salts. When people on bath salts, that would eat people. So shit, I know they eat the food.
Oh shit, that is right. Okay.
Man, when bath sauce was out, man, that was a crazy time. You remember that? That was like 2014. Like,
I do. I feel like it was like a homeless guy ate somebody's face because they was trying to say like it was like on some zombie type shit. Yeah, that was in Florida. Yo, it's crazy. Like, Florida be getting all the weird ass shit.
And you chose to move there.
The weather's really nice. That's all I got for you.
It's okay to eat people, but the weather's good. The weather's good.
It depends on the situation. That's what I'll say. Like, if I get it, this ain't about me. But it depends on the situation. But I mean, it was funny because we see like once Barry comes in, we see what actually happened to the dude that was in the bath sauce. He had a Final Destination kind of moment. Because how the fuck do you try to cook a hot dog and you somehow slip and the axe that is hanging above one of your doorways comes down and chops your head off? First off, that seems like a terrible place to put it.
If it's sharp enough to do that, hell yeah, that was a dumb place to put it.
That was a clean ass cut. But can you imagine Barry and Gum and all of them just like, all right, y'all, let's go ahead and get his head as we learn how to drive for us to go 9 miles up the street? I'm not even, well, I guess you got to take his head so you can prove to everybody else that they can be killed.
Which was convenient that they had just killed one. It was like, how are we going to stop it? Oh, we can kill him. That's not a problem.
I mean, you got to show the others proof, because like Barry told Frank, you can't just tell somebody that they're idiots for their beliefs. You have to make sure to give them hope for something else, or they're just not going to react the way that you expect them to. They're just going to go back to it. It's just like, I mean, look, I was happier when I believed in this lie. Why would I want to listen to a truth that's going to have me scared every single day? So, I mean, I guess that makes sense. But we see the douche. He runs into the manager of the store, who's also still on the bath salts, and he pulls a gun out on the douche. And I'm just like, why are you having a conversation with a douche? I'm sorry, I'm pulling a trigger. And the douche is just like talking to him slow. He was just like, just let me in. Like, talk to me. He was talking to him and he was like, let me in. And he did get in.
Yeah, I thought he was going to, leave his load, but no, he clearly just wanted to grab life by the balls. Like, it made me think of everything everywhere all at once, when they was doing the raccoon fight. No, you nasty person. I was thinking more of the
the raccoon.
The raccoon. Look at where your mind go.
I mean,
you right, same movie.
One of the wildest scenes in that. Yep, that was look. Anybody who hasn't seen Everything Everywhere All at Once, please check that out. Best movie of 2022.
And I like when the big guy, like the bigger person, was in there eating and fucking them up, licking thrones. So I'm gonna let you pop that off.
Oh, good. I haven't been fussed in a while. Hey, mate. Feel like Brenda. I am going to go with Nick Kroll. He is involved in another one of my favorite animated series, Big Mouth, which new season drops soon. Yes, I love inappropriate animated series.
Yeah, that's your bag for sure. For sure. Dum, dum, dum. Oh, really? Because it's coming here soon. It's coming for it's an animated series as well. I can't do the animated because it's not out yet. I'm going with Michael Cera. You know what? I'm not gonna go with that. Is he? Is that him in there? It's not him. Damn, that's not him. It's the other him and that other guy look so much alike. You know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about Michael Cera, who looks alike?
They in my mind, Jesse, I think his name is.
What was he in?
He was Lex Luthor. In the
he's from Social Network.
Him. Maybe they was in there together, were they? No.
Those are two different people.
They are.
No, that's the same person.
It's not.
Michael Cera wasn't.
It's not him. I'm telling you. I told you. They for some reason their faces. Yeah, their faces. It'll like if you think about it. But Jesse Eisenberg is his name. Sorry, so I do apologize. That's not him. But he was in Scott Pilgrim Saves the World, and they're doing an animated version of that here soon.
I'm embarrassed that I got those two mixed up.
No, you're not, because they're the same. They don't look alike, but for some reason it'll make you think they're the same person.
They have similar mannerisms.
Yeah. I think I think Jesse got more range. Let me not be disrespectful to these people. I do think Jesse got more range.
I wouldn't be mad at that because Social Network was good as shit. Because I always saw him in something that was like comedic. And in Social Network, he was like an asshole. Like he did great in that movie, but so did Andrew Garfield.
He was in he's in this other show. I was fit to put that out. I'm like, damn, it's not him. Damn. It was Jesse in the TV show that I was thinking of. I guess I never did a movie together, but yeah, okay. That's cool. That is cool.
So you said yours was Michael Cera?
Scott Pilgrim Saves the World. I think it's just called Scott Pilgrim. And they got a anime version dropping on Netflix in November. I can't wait. And they brought back the entire cast to do it. So that's gonna be super dope.
Okay. I love when projects do that, when you bring back the original people.
Yeah, because it's a comic book, so the lore can go a lot deeper than just what the movie did. I think Chris Evans said that was like the best movie he's ever filmed. I seen that recently. He was like, "Yeah, I just want to hang out on set. I ain't even want to leave."
Said Mike. You said who?
Chris Evans, Captain America.
Cap, who just got married.
I seen that he got married on the low. You upset?
Nah, what am I upset about that for? That ain't my business.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
And then Devontae Diggs.
I seen that. David,
yeah.
I seen that. Was he already married?
I don't know nothing about him except for he's fine. But I'm gonna be honest with you, the moment Trevante show up with a fiance or a baby, you have to check on me. Like, you're gonna be like, Jazz, are you good? I'm gonna say no. Him and y'all motherfuckers need to stay single until we cross paths, because I'm gonna be sick.
Before we go any further, did you have any comments that some things that they gave to you?
You mean our people's thoughts, Jason? Give it a name. You came up with it.
We don't have to. It doesn't have to be named. It could just be, how people felt. But it pretty much was the same.
It's fun when you name it. But no, I didn't have anybody to send me anything directly, but I definitely posted something on my Twitter and I got a lot of comments, and a lot of people was just like, pretty much one of the wildest movies that they've ever seen. Some people was just like, depending on your kind of sense of humor, you'll laugh, or it's just not your cup of tea. Shout out to Dwayne. He said it's horrendously amazing. JR, who was one of our guests a couple of weeks ago, pretty much said it's awful and amazing in equal measures. Best way I can sum it up. So.
Yeah. It's a wild one. It's most definitely a wild one. But of course, that magic question we haven't even asked. Was it good though, Jazz?
Of course, it was my recommendation. I love this movie. It is a go-to movie for me when I'm vibing and chilling. So yes, was it good though? Absolutely. Jason, was it good though to you? You about to bash my shit? Oh man, that's crazy.
I'm not. I probably, like I said, I'm gonna try to watch it when I'm inebriated, but it's not. It wouldn't be like a rewatch type of like a movie for me personally. It was entertaining. I will say it was entertaining. I like the creativity with it. So it was it good? I mean, it wasn't bad. Let me say that. So
that's not the question. Was it good though, Jason?
I guess so. Yeah, it was.
We don't guess with these kind of answers. It was yes or
yeah,
no.
I said yes. One time, it's one take for me though.
All right, let me try this again.
I said yes. You're not gonna keep on. There's not too many more ways you could ask me to.
I mean, you keep changing up your answer to like, I guess it was entertaining.
Because I said I get, because I am being.
Was it good though?
Yes, Jazz.
Thank you. Like, why are you acting like we don't do this every week?
We do, but I'm telling y'all, I'm not gonna rewatch it. It's not gonna go on the rewatch list. It's not, if I'm inebriated, then I'm gonna watch it then, and I'm gonna see if it hits different. I don't know. I want to feel like the buns. Maybe I want to feel like the hot dog. I don't know. Something in that. I just want to feel good. That's it.
I don't know how to respond to that, but I do. Let me ask you this. Minus the orgy scene, what was the wildest scene in the movie for you?
The bath salt scene, for sure. That was one. Yeah, no, that was easily. That was wild. And like I said, honorable mention would be when she was in the kitchen.
Okay. But yeah, I didn't have anything else. Because I know when I brought this to you, you was just like, Jazz, nigga. I was like, no, Jason, episode 69. It'll be perfect. I know you wasn't excited when I brought it up. Thank you for allowing me to bring this to the table and actually reviewing it. I appreciate it. So when you bring some bum shit to the table, I'm gonna be like, all right, Jason, whatever you want to do. It's either gonna have Bruce or Tom Cruise.
I'm not bringing anything bummy to the table ever. What have I ever introduced? And was like, hell nah. Like,
oh, the menu was bum as fuck.
The menu was not bummy.
Yeah, it was.
How you just wanted everybody to die at the end?
They should have.
I
wanted the main chick to die.
Why, of all people? She didn't even deserve to die.
How many times do I gotta tell you, Jason? Just because someone does not deserve to die does not mean they don't die.
I'm saying everybody that deserved it did get it. She didn't
Extras
have to.
die all day, B. Extra die all day, B.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. But this was episode 6.9. Sausage Party. We would like to thank y'all for coming out and listening. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. We have a podcast community. We do speaking, we talking. We did our first live. Did we talk about that on the last episode?
Nah, because we had recorded it before the live.
Okay, so yeah, we did a live. So yeah, we just still throwing shit out there, seeing what stick. It seemed to be a hit. People's in there chatting with us. I mean, we drop every Tuesday, but I'm shocked that y'all didn't know that's not really us. Like literally, no, nigga, we got lives. Like we just out here just on the internet all fucking day. No. So yeah, no, we actually have done a live. So we try to get it where it can be more interactive. Expect, we seen what's going on. We heard the feedback. Definitely gonna try to implement that, but we're gonna still keep it us. Like we have to still keep it true to who we are. Some ideas we'll take, some we won't. Jazz, you got anything for the people?
No, I just want to say thank you to everybody that listens and shares. Please be sure to subscribe to the YouTube. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers before 2024. And drop comments and rate the episodes on our streams. We definitely appreciate that. And just thank you to everybody. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this review as
Yes,
much as
man.
I did.
Yeah, no, she's loving it. But yeah, man, episode, like I said, episode 69 or 6.9 in my mind. This is Sausage Party. We appreciate y'all for listening. Deuces.
Cheers.